What's going on, everybody? We are back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and we're doing another grinding session today with kind of a new-ish take on a list that we played a really long time ago. I think this was something that came out around the Pro Tour or possibly at one of the GPs prior to the Pro Tour. It's a green-white Explore deck playing two Path of Discoveries, Tristani. So it's kind of like a bigger version of green-white tokens. We're more green focused for the double green on Jadelight, Vivien, playing Thorn Lieutenant instead of Adanto Vanguard, which I think is more or less like functionally the same in some matchups, better against the more aggressive decks, a little bit worse against the Wrath and Sweeper based decks, obviously, but still has its place against things like Lava Coil. So functionally, I think the same against decks like Drake's. And the idea of this deck is to go wide, gain a ton of life off of the Wildgrowth Walker with Path of Discovery. Path of Discovery does some really crazy things in conjunction with March. And we're playing Planeswalkers, playing Llanowar Elves. Llanowar Elves gets a lot better late game or mid game when you have a Path in play. Just that ability for it to cantrip or at least be a 2/2. Marginally relevant body. So we went 6-3 with this yesterday on stream. We are a click away from Diamond 3. And I just made one change to the deck. I took out one March to put in one Carnage Tyrant to have like one more kind of big creature, big non-Tristani creature to fetch up if we get an active Vivien Reid going. So that's the downside of March, is that Vivien cannot hit it. A bit of a wonky deck. So something like this might be keepable. So we have like a turn 3 Path or a turn 3 Vivien Reid. If we go double elf, I guess it just depends on what our opponent shows us to take a mulligan here. Lead off with our fancy Llanowar Elves. Alright, so if they're going to show us that... Yeah, I guess we're just going to play for the turn 3 Vivien with creatures in play to protect. Seems like a fine one with where we're at. Knight of Grace, yeah, you got it. So let's get Vivien down and plus it. Sure, no need to take the Temple Garden there. We can decide. I mean, obviously we can't attack into the first striker, so we can decide if we want to block and preserve. Probably not. I think we're just going to let Vivien take 2 here. Oh, even better. They use the whole turn to do this. So now we can play Path, land, Elf. A little worried that they might be on a more controlling build that could play like Wrath. Alright, and we're not blocking, so... Next turn we get to play Carnage Tyrant, or we can just play a big March with Path. I mean, maybe that's the way to do it, and they just skip it up. Looks like maybe they missed a land drop here, and up to Diamond 3. Look at that. Fancy, fancy. Let's make a little quest progress. 112k gold, so we're going to have an awesome pack opening day when... the new set drops, and I fully anticipate between what we open and the wild cards that come with it that we will be able to build pretty much whatever we want, and that's going to be really fun. Alright, so on the play we have Elf into Jadelight. I think this is a solid keep. I actually, when we were playing on stream yesterday, we played against someone who was a Mythic rank, or the top rank, who was also playing a version of this. But we won because of our main deck Brontosauruses, the Thrashing Dinosaur, to eat up their stuff. This is actually like, yeah, fine. This guy's great. Blocks against red deck, blocks against white deck, destroys things like the Legion's Landing. can just swing, right? Marshall. Don't want to give up our creature yet. I guess the question is, I think we're digging for land here. And then we'll decide if we want to tribunal something. Yeah, tribunal seems like it's going to be good here. Let's go white. Just take down the Marshal. Don't want to give them the free attack. Alright, they scoop. I don't know why they scooped there. Maybe their hand was really bad. But we're happy to take these free wins in Diamond. Yeah, I do just like the ability of this deck to go bigger on average in creature size with the ability to go wide. So it obviously is like similar to green black in some ways. Like you're playing those explorer creatures, you're playing kind of the value game, but it is not a. Oh, this is a good keep. So if we find one more land, especially. The lack of white creatures makes the double white in March a little awkward, so it's also one of the reasons I shaved one. Another green-white deck. Alright, well, let's see some land. Oh, it's fog. This might be a really bad matchup. We need to find some Conclave Tribunals. But yeah, almost certainly fog here. Yep. Okay. Cool. Draw 2 is always good. This is going to be some bitter medicine, though. I think that we're going to have trouble if we do not find ways to interact with their plan. Let's keep digging. That's probably good. This will keep us digging through our deck. And in combination with March, it'll actually let us kind of like pseudo tutor or surveil our way through the deck if we want to find something good. Drawing lands along the way. And we have a nice clock here. 9, 11 damage. So they actually are at a point where they have to start fogging very quickly. We put pressure on them to have the fogs. We've been on the other side of this, so we know that there's a lot of pressure. Like, they've already binned one fog, too, so... This life gain is good for them. Alright, so they're actually going to use a fog here. They want to preserve their life total. And now we know that the coast is clear to get path down. So this could be Teferi here. Main phase Chemist's Insight. They kind of tapped that wrong. It's tricky to use these Gift of Paradise lands. You can't tap them manually for the double the color. You have to just let the game do it for you. Actually, can we kill them here? So they're tapped out, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 11. 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we can get them for 14 with the March. I guess it's just better to play Carnage Tyrant. Put them down to 4. Now they pretty much have to fog everything. And we're just going to keep ripping through our deck. That was really close, though. We were like 2 land off of being able to just kill them there. All right, so they don't have Settle the Wreckage mana up, but we don't want to attack too light here. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna attack with all. And yeah, they have the Root Snare. And now we have March. So if they do something like Wrath us here, we can refill the board and hopefully create lethal with the Path of Discovery. As long as we don't hit a big pocket of lands, we can create lethal off March. Alright. This could be a Desperation Nexus. Again, we played this deck enough that we know how it works. They're so low on cards. They could flip their search here. It doesn't do a lot for them, though, on the untap. They need some combination of Teferi plus Nexus here. Or Teferi Fog to really take advantage of that Nexus turn. If they find it, they find it. They have enough for Nexus here. So they're looking for Nexus or Fog, I have to guess. So if they miss here, they're probably going to... That's not enough. Alright, so here we are going to use the March. Because I want to dig to a Conclave. It's not even if they have Fog. Well, for the Uncomfortable Chill is not big enough. Now this Wildgrowth Walker is enormous. But that. They could have settle. But we're gonna get the Teferi off the board and go for their face. This makes it harder for them to keep going. They can't double activate the Iskanta. We attack for 13. If they just -2 it, they're still dead. I think we attack like this, and if they -2 it and gain 3, 10. So we play like one settle sometimes in this list, so we do want to play around settle. Alright, looks like they're digging for the actual 2-mana fog here. They've already used 2 or 3 of them. Alright, we got him. Digging for the Conclave there I think was good as a backup plan in case they were able to keep fogging us out. Because if they can't get forward progress with Teferi, then they're really not working towards winning the game. Nyazu. What do we think this player is playing? Gonna find out. On the draw, I kind of like this hand. If we get another green source, we have a really defensive draw. Pretty much every land in our deck is a green source. Thorn Lieutenant, I think, is a nice defensive creature too. They mulliganed. This is like on the low end of keep, probably. Ooh, that's not a good first draw. The one Arch is a little suspicious. I mean, in situations like this especially. So it looks like they're playing like the big Boros deck. Alright, let's go find lands. Anything to help us get to these Tristanis and Viviens. Vivien's going to be very good against their angels. They're like almost certainly have some angels here. That sucks to have to bend both of those, but we have no white creatures on the board to help convoke them and no white lands. Hopefully Vivien's close enough. Oh, wow. Yeah, so they are like really control oriented. Let's play this, and that way if we get to untap and we draw a land, then maybe we can play Vivien or Tristani. Doesn't create as much pressure as the Brontodon. Oh, so they are like pure red-white control. Alright, so we're bricking a little bit here. But it's okay, we've gotten a lot of free win, so it's about time we lost one to our own draws. We've drawn all the top end of the deck here. It happens sometimes. Like, we're playing these big cards for a reason. Nice, just 3 Viviens in a row. Ooh. Alright, let's get Path down. Now if we draw another land, this Tristani is like very good. We can get back in this game. Their draw has been so slow. Or do we even want to just like Vivien? No, let's just do the triple explore this turn. Don't think we need that. But yeah, having a backup will be good. Brontodon got in some damage. Alright. So they clear out 2 tokens. Alright, let's unlock the Brontodon here. Comes into play, we get an Explore trigger. And we have the Sage's Blessing, so we can work this Arch. We might be in a fine spot. Yeah, wow. Their deck was just so do-nothing, I guess, that it didn't matter how many times they swept our board. Alright. And we got to see a little bit the power of Path of Discovery there, too. Just once you get one in play, it's just constant value off of anything that you draw. Another solid one here. This is a very green-black Golgari mid-range type of hand, which is great. It's exactly what we're going for. And we have our Conclave Tribunal, which could just be like the key piece of removal we need in a turn 4 or 5 to push through damage. Okay, so they're on this plan. Yeah, depending on what they do here, we'll decide if we're going to just Tribunal this or if we're just going to try to race them. I'm guessing it. Yeah, I'm guessing here we're just going to try to race them. They could flash in a Merfolk here to block. That's kind of what this looks like. Yep. Okay. Brontodon is actually nice here, right? Because if they draw their Obsession, they can't really protect it from the Brontodon. The Obsession's kind of the only way they have to win. Oh, hello? So we can go 1, 2. I guess we have to worry about dive down. But I feel like if we just get this out off the board, like, I don't know, it has a lot of text. Actually, yeah, with our hand, I don't think we want that. We're so creature light. I'm just going to assume that removing this is right because it has abilities, and see if they have a dive down for it. They do, wow. I should have attacked first then. Unfortunately, I have to put the path there, but with no creatures in hand, it's just too much of a dead draw here. Let's go for it again. So they could have a Trickster in response here and get a double tap. Another dive down. Weird. Okay. And no Tricksters so far. So much for us winning the race, though, against this one Mistcloak Herald. We dealt 2 to ourselves in the first turn, but... Alright. Don't have to show the forest here. Wow, they're just gonna retort that. Alright, so we're winning the race again. If they want to trade 3 for 7. Alright, so they get to draw 2 here. So if we get a good top deck, yeah. Alright, so we finally get to take this guy off the board. We've invested 12 mana to try to get rid of this 2/1. Yeah, I mean, they're not blocking with this, right? Another one. Ooh, it's annoying. That's why you always explore first, in case you draw a land that's better. So I guess the question is, are they playing Djinns, right? Because if they're making room for this stuff, maybe they're more... This is a nice interaction. It makes a 5 mana 2/1 a little more palatable. More like a Mole Drifter here. Love that card. Branchwalker. Or Wildgrowth Walker. So we're going to use the elf to draw with Arch. We're kind of dead to an Exclusion Mage. In a weird spot. Because, I mean, we had kind of a weird draw. If we can untap with this Wildgrowth Walker, though, I feel like we're in an okay spot. Oh, they're going to draw a lot of cards here. But I think we're just like one Tristani away from winning. No green splash for the Merfolk Lord. This is not good for us. Two, three, four. So it's not, we're not dead. But we're very close, and we don't draw an Explore creature. Yeah, looks like we lost this one. These Silvergill Adepts just drew them back into the game, and our draw was just not nearly aggressive enough to beat them. We played around some cards, like we played around the Trickster, I think, too conservatively maybe early on, but we kind of had to with the Naban in play. That's tough. That's a weird loss. That's a deck I've never seen before. And maybe it's actually good in best of one, or maybe we just drew really poorly and it's probably not a deck. I think we just drew poorly there. Yeah. This hand, I don't think we can keep it. This is almost worse, but I guess we keep in hope that we get a green source. Yeah, okay. So Thorn Lieutenant's usually pretty good against these red decks. I've liked it a lot. But let's branch walk. Dig to land, very good. Usually going something like Thorn Lieutenant into Tristani is probably going to be game. This is very bad for us, obviously. Being on the draw really hurts in this matchup. Just almost universally. That's not even especially insightful. It's just how best of one works. This might not be enough now. This is such a tempo swing for them. Trying to think of like what we can even draw here. Make them use it. Oh, that's really good. Ugh. I don't know if the block was bad though. We kind of, again, we have our entire top end in our hand. We're probably just going to play March for 1 here to block and gain a life, and then hope that we draw another land and hit Tristani. It's possible if their hand is like pretty dead from here that we could actually come back from Tristani, but it's really going to depend on just how good their draws have been. Interesting they didn't attack with a Chain Whirler. I guess they fear Settle the Wreckage. Settle is definitely a card we could put one of in the deck. Okay. Tristani's pretty big game. Especially if we get to untap and March with Tristani in play. Make them use the burn. Name of the game is just life total, life total, life total. If we draw land, we'll have to decide between March or Carnage Tyrant. Would it only be a March for 4? Yeah, so here we have March for 3. Against 1 card, though. Seems like that could be okay. Especially if they get scared and only send with 1 creature again. Okay. Just keep making them have it. And getting life in the process. That's huge. So now we can get some creatures on the board. They're pumped by Tristani. We have shields up. We're drawing another big thing. Also just play Carnage Tyrant. It's very big. Yeah, let's just do that. And then next turn we can play Brontodon and start attacking with Carnage Tyrant. Let's go wide as possible. Tristani is such a game breaker. So they clearly drew at least one piece of burn. Okay. Clicking up. Almost halfway through Diamond 3. Yeah, lots of winning today. Very good. Where are we at? 37 minutes in. I feel like we've gone X and 1 today in this video. Yeah, we can keep this. Yeah. No, it says we went 4 and 2, but it feels like we've done better. I don't trust how the stats reports sometimes. I feel like we've done way more than 6 games. Oh, maybe it is 4 and 2. So they're going to get a quick flip, but at the cost of throwing something into the Thorn Lieutenant. Thorny Lou. I wouldn't be surprised to see them shove here. Flipping this is usually so good. Just the bit of ramp and the ability to just end turn make a token. Wow. It's kind of weird. I guess it enables them to make a better attack next turn. Just find lands. As good as this is, I think we just need to find land with this hand. And we're happy to make this trade. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is going to fly this turn. This is protected by the bodyguard, so we have to block the bodyguard first. Every time we play against this deck. With such consistency, it's like they empty their hand turn 3 and have the last Conclave Tribunal that they need. It's really uncanny, the frequency with which this happens. This is a good blocker, though, and we're still at a relatively healthy life total. And then someday we're going to play against a white player who doesn't have double Conclave Tribunal, and it's going to be the easiest matchup we've ever had in our lives. But until then... Oh. Alright, Marsh is good. We have a lot of choices here. So we could march for 5, which is nice. We could play Carnage Tyrant, which blocks a lot of stuff. Maybe we have to play Carnage Tyrant first. Looks like maybe they blanked here. Nope, looks like maybe they just drew their overrun here. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this if they never brick? So guaranteed, like 100%, they just rip their overrun. There's no way they make an attack like this, I think, if they don't have it. Watch. Wow. Okay, no overrun. They just wanted to flip their Adanto. Oh, history. So still another very good top deck. So we have to just kill the flyer here. Alright, let's hold on. Let's hold on for dear life. If we find a Wildgrowth Walker, we can really go off. But we have to get there. Okay, they bricked and they showed us that they bricked. Thank you. All right. So if we play Path, shoot, I paid this wrong. Well, we go to 9, so I think we survive. Oh, we definitely survive because we can unlock this Conclave Tribunal creature as well. But I double tap the white, which means that I can't really... I could have tapped the Llanowar Elves, but I think we're going to need this to block. Alright, so they shove here. We go block. 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 And do we block for good measure? I think so. So we're taking 4-5 here. We're losing this, so we're going to use it to unlock and gain some life. Oh. Take it. We found exactly what we needed off the Vivien. We got we got lucky there that they just didn't top deck their like overrun. It felt like they did, but I guess they were just making that attack out of desperation to race against the Carnage Tyrant. Gaining life is good. Gaining life is good on the ranked ladder. You heard it here first. El Magicero. Alright, on the play. I think we like this. We just draw into some white sources. We're gold. Only need the one to help us get Tristani. I like this hand a lot against a red deck. I like that against red deck a lot too. That card's sick. Gets rid of their everything. I just want to keep drawing though. Definitely block if they attack here. If they don't. Play Thrashy. Temple Garden tapped. This is exactly how we want these games to play out. Sitting back at 19. I think we block just like this. We don't want to lose to the Brontodon because it's too high value against a potential, yeah, I guess I should have seen that coming. I still take the damage here. So we should be gaining a lot with March soon. I think we'll take this damage as well. And unless this is a really good card, they don't really have a strong attack here. Okay. As much as I would love to get the path out, I think we just want to do the maximum size March we can. And then we'll be able to untap and like Tribunal and stuff to force through some attacking. Second main phase Legion of War boss. Interesting. It denies us the life gain, I guess, temporarily. 7, 8, 9, so we get to go for 6. And with double Tribunal. Yep, got him. All right, I think that's going to be it for this one because we're just about an hour, 51 minutes. We clicked up almost a full rank's worth of wins, so that's like +6 or so. Let's see if we can refresh and if this is updated at all. Yeah. It says we went 6 and 2. On top of our 6 and 3 yesterday, so that puts us at 12 and 5 with the deck overall, +7. I think we're better than that. I think some of the wins haven't been reflected in the stats yet. So we went on quite a tear for this video. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. We hit Twitch affiliate yesterday, so we were able to change our name to the Memory Lapse there. So it's twitch.tv/the Memory Lapse. You can see that below. I'll post this deck list as usual. We got quite a few new subscribers in the past couple days. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, almost at 460. So we're getting closer and closer to 500. And yeah, thanks again everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed these longer videos, these grind sessions, as we're getting closer and closer to Mythic or whatever they call the highest rank. Hopefully we'll be there soon, and that you're enjoying following along. So please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll be back again soon with another video.